We went to schedule our driving test last week. We have been studying for 6 months, 900 questions. We were ready to go.
Our TIA cards had expired 3 days before.
So, no TIA cards, no license. No license, no insurance. No insurance, no car. So guess what? 6 months later, we're still renting a car.
Nobody puts this in there. We moved to Spain and we love it video. But we are. We love Spain. We've said that 100 times, but loving something doesn't mean it's perfect, whether it's a person or a country or a food or anything. So there are things about being in Spain that have been a little challenging. Now, it doesn't mean we don't love Spain. It means there are some realities we have to deal with, just like when you're in a relationship. There are certain things you have to deal with. and you overlook those, hopefully most of the time. And that's how we're feeling about Spain. We love it. And if you're thinking of moving here, we thought you deserved the whole story.
Okay, let's talk about bureaucracy in Spain. Nobody's going to dispute this one, I'm sure. There's a lot of it, and it really works at its own pace. Like, nothing moves fast, nothing is intuitive, and nobody is sorry about it. That's for sure.
Well, it's the way it is. It's part of the tempo. And again, that's okay if you know it going in. The driving thing we just talked about, our NIA cards expiring, we didn't see that coming.
No.
And I wish we had, because we actually would have done something about it. But that's up to us, right? So it is what it is, and then you have to learn how to roll with it.
Well, it's sort of like, right, it's either totally infuriating or it's just like, depending on the day, like sometimes it's really infuriating. And sometimes you're just like, yeah, this is a great life lesson. I think I'm really learning something here. I'm learning patience. I wish I had more of those days, but.
Okay, driving and the license. We've already talked about this in the open, so we won't go into it too much, but the process of the lessons and learning everything that you have to learn to drive in Spain, which, by the way, I think is great because everybody here is a pretty decent driver, and the fact is there's less accidents here than there are in a lot of other countries, so maybe there's something to this. So we're respecting that, but the sign section alone in our book is 30 pages of signs. And I'm talking about like 25 signs on a page. And you have to memorize all of them. You have to know what they all mean. And sometimes they're very tricky and subtle and all that. And so, yeah, it's been work and it's been slow and it's been months, but we are ready to nail it as soon as we get our NIA card.
We are, exactly. Okay, customer service. Customer service is something else, right? The customer is definitely not always right here. Returns, complaints, like, forget about it. It's sort of like, no es mi departamento is like a phrase that I have heard so many times. But
To be fair, yes, that is true. It is very frustrating at times. It's like this everywhere now because everything has been trimmed down. Customer service across the world has gotten pretty bad. And it's just,
and
that's
every
just part of the
company
deal.
has that person. I just always seem to get them. But we tried to return something once, but I just like honestly can't talk about it.
The healthcare system here, as we've said before, is really good. It really is. But there's a lot to learn about private versus public. There's a lot to learn about the process of it. Like when we first did some blood work here and we were going to see a different doctor than the blood work place, we had to print it out and bring it with us. It's not all digital. They're not all connected all the time. You can't assume that. So everything has to be pretty much brought to the next person you're speaking to.
In paper.
In paper form.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is different. And the fact that they're not all synced together is different and can be cumbersome. However, it is a great healthcare system, so we're okay with that. But that's something to know going into it.
We're figuring it out. Andalucian Spanish is really, really fast.
Muy rápido.
Right. Consonants totally disappear. There's all kinds of slang that we don't know. It's not in our books. It's our instructor does a good job teaching us some of it. We definitely are picking it up more and more and more, but there's a lot of conversation that's happening around us when we're out.
Yeah.
Most of the time it feels really good. Like I really enjoy being out and hearing Spanish everywhere and just sort of absorbing
I do too.
the 5 words that I understand. But sometimes it's a little isolating because you're not part of it, right? You
Right.
kind of are missing out on jokes or things like that.
Yeah, that's true. We definitely do miss out on the subtleties and nuances of that. But we are listening to a lot of Spanish, watching Spanish TV, listening to Spanish music, and out in the world here, you do hear Spanish all the time. I do believe it's absorbing because our Spanish teacher told us, babies don't talk for 2 years. They're listening. So don't be hard on yourself. And I think
That's good advice.
that was a nice way of her saying, keep doing lessons for 2 years and don't expect results. Making real Spanish friends is harder than you would think. So making expat friends is easy because everybody here has the common language of English, and there are a lot of people here from a lot of different countries, especially in the Marbella area where we are. But when we're with our Spanish friends, they are very kind about including us in the conversations,
So kind.
but they oftentimes go off on tangents and they're laughing about stuff and we don't know what's happening, and we don't want them to slow down for the kid in the back of the room with a dunce hat on. But we really would love to be more of those part of those conversations more, and we think that they are handling it really well. I think we just need to up our game a bit, and that's what we're doing, but it takes patience. And I must say the Spanish friends we do have been very patient with us, and they also speak enough English to be able to get by. And we try to speak enough Spanish to make them comfortable.
There's a fair amount of Spanglish happening.
A lot of Spanglish, yep.
Let's talk about the weather.
The weather. It's interesting because what you hear about the weather might not align to what the weather actually is.
No,
At least this year.
definitely. So they told us 360 days of sun is the Costa del Sol.
Now it's 300 days of sun, not 365.
okay.
That would be Mercury.
Okay, fine.
Right.
All right, so it was 300 days of sun, but it's not really 300 days of sun.
No.
Not this year. So this year it's been really storm after storm all winter. I mean, the palm tree off our terrace has been sideways, like hurricane force winds as we watch our table sort of scoot across the patio.
The cover for our grill pops up, flies out to somewhere else in the neighborhood. We have to go find it. Honestly, heavy furniture moves.
It
From
does.
the wind here.
It does. It's so intense. And then we had Kalimas, which is when dust storms come from Africa, which is right there. Right? It comes and it seems to always be followed immediately by a rainstorm. So you've got this red, mushy, orange mud on everything. And I mean, everything. We had 3 of them within a 2-month period.
Yeah.
And everyone kept telling us, oh, they're very rare. Very unusual. I think they were lying.
I have heard there's an El Nino this year that's the worst in a century or something. So our timing might just be a little off on the weather. So we're going to just give it a break. But they did initially call Costa del Sol Costa del Viento because it was so freaking windy. But they changed the name to get people to come.
Yeah.
Kind of like Greenland.
Yeah,
It's a marketing thing that went back, the Vikings, probably.
Anyway, we're glad about the rain because coming from California, we appreciate the water. We know
Yeah.
we needed the water, so we're grateful for that. Everything is lush and beautiful and green, and we're super happy about that. But boy, were we
Surprised?
super
Yeah. Everything
surprised.
is very lush and green, by the way, so it's really gorgeous. And other than my allergies, I'm very happy about that.
Things definitely take longer, really a lot longer. And so if you need any repairs, if you need any, deliveries, if you need internet set up in your house,
Cable, internet, anything like that.
be prepared to wait and wait and wait and wait. And when you call to follow up about it, they'll say "Hay que esperar," and it's okay, but when will you come? And it's just hay que esperar. So you get used to it. You get used to it really fast.
And it is part of the process of slowing down and getting on the tempo of the place you're in. So I actually don't mind this so much because we're not doing a lot of that. But I imagine if we were like building a house here, I bet you this would be an issue.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I bet you that would be an issue.
Yeah.
But I have also heard building a house in any country in Europe is tricky. So, I mean, I'm sure if you're doing that, you've already done a lot of research on that. Getting things wrong in public, like the customs here, you have to get used to them. Are you supposed to dos besos everyone? Are you supposed to tip or not tip? And sometimes, you know, in different places, they have different customs. In the places that are really heavily expat, it seems like everyone's kind of tipping almost like the US, but not quite as much. In other places, it's completely not, like it's confusing if you try to tip people in some instances. And we don't know what to do sometimes. And it feels a little confusing.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair, and everyone's nice about it, but you do feel like the foreigner that you are at first. And I mean, we've been here a year. We still feel that way sometimes.
Yeah, totally. Taxes. Taxes are really their own thing, and we are not tax experts, so I'm not going to give you any advice because I'm still trying to figure it out.
Our advice is to hire a tax expert.
Absolutely. So, you know, as an American citizen, we still have to file and pay taxes in the US, and we file and pay taxes in Spain, and the paperwork requirements are pretty different in a lot of ways. So we absolutely have to hire an expert.
Yeah.
Definitely hire an expert. Yeah. Don't try to do this yourself. You can get in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
So, but that's expensive, right? So we've got accountant in the US, we've got a tax expert here, and it's very, very complicated. So again, if you're thinking of coming here, really look at how you're going to navigate that, because it can be complicated if you don't have the right support.
Yeah. And we have hired the right people, so we haven't had any issues, but we have heard of people who have had more issues than us. And I think that they didn't get their team together. So just be aware of that.
We're lucky.
None of this makes us want to leave Spain. Like we said earlier, when you love something, you can overlook the little nuances that aren't exactly what you want them to be. In relationships, in countries, in food, in situations, in everything. We still love Spain. We love the US too, and we've said some hard things about it and gotten some harsh feedback from that.
We've had people come after us about saying anything negative, and then we've had some people agree a little too hard.
Look, we get it. Everyone loves the jersey they're wearing, and we love Spain. We just wanted to share some of the things that are a little bit hard about it sometimes.
Yeah, but you know, the way that the community and the people here, the culture, everyone has really embraced us. It's really makes all of the other things kind of smaller and not matter anywhere near as much. So at the end of the day, we absolutely love it here still.
It's just the way you love your spouse, except those couple of things that bug you. It's just like that.
Ciao.
Ciao.